Salachem, Aloichem, Mitzrayim, Imlenecha, Ata Hore Talata, Kiranai Horahim, Eno Milvano.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher nosan lana Torah shemes v'chayei elon atav v'shulchenu. Baruch atah Adonai nosein haTorah.
Ya'amod Harav Simcha ben Zachariah HaKohen. Maftir.
Okay. Baruch Adonai Baruch. Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam. Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam. V'hed Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'chavana mikol hamim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Min hashamayim ishmiachad kol holayatzrecha v'al ha'aretz hercha et eisho hagdola v'rav shamata bitocha eish v'tachat ki ahav avotecha v'ivchar v'zaro acharav v'yotziacha mipanav b'kocho hagadol b'mitzrayim lahorish goyim gedolim v'atzimim imcha mipanecha abiacha latet lecha et artzam nachal hakayom hazeh v'yirata hayom v'ashevota helo babecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim mipal v'ha'aretz mitachat ein ahod v'shamarta et chukav et mitzvotav asher anochi mitzav chayam asher yitav lecha levarecha charecha levan tarich yemim al adama asher Adonai Elohecha noten lecha kol hayamim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan לנו תורה אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah. If you're able to, please rise. Yiravi Kadash Mirabam.
Amen.
Yamada Barakutev Yam Lich Malchute. B'chayachonu b'mechanu b'charabe Yisrael. B'agarav Izman Karim V'imru. Amen. Eish Mirabam B'barach Le'olam L'me'amayai. Barach V'ishtabach V'itfor V'itramam V'itnaseh. V'yitadar V'yitalai V'yitalal Shemir Kudesham Brechu. Le'elam Min Kol Birchat V'shuata. Tushbachat V'nechamat Adafim B'ramah V'imru. Amen.
Ya'amod Yosef Yaakov ben Avraham Haba Ta'amod Hannah bat Zvi Hirsch HaKohen Galila.
Misheberach Avotenu Abraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah v'Yivorech v'Yoram Peh et HaCholim Sarah Shlomo Simcha ben Simcha Sarah Barisha
She's in the sleep study right now. That's it. Sorry, I keep doing this one. I'm like the person on the plane.
Yeah, remind me if you ever want to go on the same trip.
I have to be in the aisle. The window seems nice.
Mikol Cholim Mikila Kedusha HaZod HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yimalei Racham Yimalehem Laksi Kamo Apotam V'yishtakram Hera Refuah Shlem Amina Shamayim V'Rav Shvur Guf Tosh Cholei B'Racha V'Chazek Eides K'Mitzorchei HaMashta V'Gmakrev Ramahar Amen. No memorial prayers.
No memorial prayer?
So on Tisha B'Av, we read a special Haftorah in the morning, also in the afternoon, but let's talk about the morning right now. Haftorah comes from the book of Jeremiah, and it is in a lot of ways parallel to the reading of the book of Lamentations, the book of Eicha that we did last night. Jeremiah was a witness to the destruction of Jerusalem and the temple, and the Haftarah is really told both from his viewpoint and from the viewpoint of the people. And it contains a lot of the same kinds of imagery of destruction, desolation, devastation, and horrible consequences to human beings that we read about last night. You can find the Haftarah beginning in the black Tisha B'Av books. Blessings 262 at the bottom, and then the top of 264. And please note that the Haftarah is chanted in the same trope, the same melody as Eicha's Lamentations, up until the last two verses of the Haftarah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nevihim tovim v'ratzav v'divreihem hanemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai Boher b'torah Moshe avdo v'Yisrael ha'me'ev v'nevihei ha'emet v'tzedek. Asof asifem neum Adonai ein anavim b'gefen v'ein tenim b'teina v'hela ne'ravel v'tein lahem ya'avrum alma anachnu yoshvim he'asfu v'navo el arei hamivtzar v'nidmeh sham ki Adonai Eloheinu hadimanu v'yashkeinu merosh ki chatanu l'Adonai kaveh l'shalom v'ein tov leit marpeh v'ein va'ata minan nishma nachratzu sahav mikol mitzhalot abirahav ra'asha kol ha'aretz vayavohu vayochlu eretz umloha ir v'yoshveva ki hineni mishaleach bachem nechashim tzifonim asher ein lahem lachash v'nishku etchem neum Adonai Mavligiti alei yagon alai libi davai hine kol shamata bad ami me'eretz marchakim Adonai ein batzihon imalka ein ba madua hichisuni Bivselehem bahavle nechar avar katzir kalak hagitz va'anachnu lo noshanu al shever batami hoshbarti kadarti shama vehechezikatni hatzori ein begilad Imrofe ein sham ki madua lo alta arukad batami mitein roshi mahim ve'eni mekordima ve'evche yomam valayla ein chalalem batami Midneni bamidbar melon orchim ve'ezava batami ve'elcha meitam ki chulam menafim atzeret bogdim vaydarchu et lashonam kashtam sheker v'lo la'emunah Gavru va'aretz ki me'ra'a el ra'a yatsu v'oti lo yadu ne'um Adonai Ishmerehu hishameru, ve'al kol ha'ach al tivtachu, ki chol ach Yaakov Yaakov v'chol re'ah Rachel yahaloch, ve'ish b're'ehu yihatelu, ve'emet lo ydaberu, limdu l'shonam, daber sheker ha'avenilu. Shiftecha mit betoch mirma, Bamirma me'anu datotinu Adonai lachein ko amar Adonai tzvot hineni tzorfam uvchantim ki ech esem mibnei bat ami Chedz yashachut lishonam mirmadi ber befiv shalom elehu yidaber uvekirbo yasim orbo ha'al ela lo efkod bam neum Adonai imbag goy asher kazel lo tinakim nafshi al heharim eseh bechi v'nehi ve'al na'od midbar ki nitztu mibli ish shover v'lo shamu kol mikneh me'of hashamayim ve'ad behema nadadu halachu v'ratati et Yerushalayim legalim ontanim ved arei Yehuda et ein shmama mibli Yoshev miha'ish hechacham ve'avin et zot ve'asher diber pi Adonai elav vayahagida alma avda haaretz Nitzta chamidbar mibli over Vayomer Adonai al ozvam et torati asher natati lifnehem v'lo shamu bekoli v'lo halchu v'yelchu acharei shrirod libam v'acharei haba'alim asher limdum avotam Lachein ko amar Adonai tzvot Elohei Yisrael hineni ma'achilam et ha'am hazeh la'ana v'hishkitim me'rosh v'afitzotim bagoyim asher lo yadu Hema va'avotam v'shilachti achreihem et hacherev ad kaloti ohotam ko amar Adonai tzvaot hitbonanu v'kirulim konanot utvo ena ve'al hachachamot shilchu v'tavona v'tmaherna Tisne aleinu nehi v'teirad naham einenu dima va'afapeinu yiznu mahim ki chol nehi nishma mitzion ech shudadnu boshnu me'od ki azavnu ha'eretz ki hishlichu mishkanoteinu ki sham Kishmana hanashim devar Adonai v'tikach oznechem devar piv v'lameidna benotechem nehi v'yisharu takina ki ala mavet b'chaloneinu ba'armanoteinu lachrid olal mihutz bachurim merchovot Daber ko neum Adonai v'nafla Nafla nivlat hadam. Kadom en al pnei hasadeh. Uche amir me'acharei hakotzer. V'ein ma'aseh. Komar Adonai, al yitalel chacham b'chachmataho, ve'al yitalel hagibor bigvurataho, ve'al yitalel asher ba'oshro, ki bazot yitalel hamitalel ha'eskel, ve'adoa oti, ki ani Adonai oseh chesed, Mishparut tzedakah ba'aretz ki ve'elach hafatzti ne'um Adonai. So somewhere 279, 676. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzur kol haolamim tzadik bechol hadorot ohel haneman haomer v'yoseh daberum kayem shekol divarav emet v'tzedek neman atah Adonai Eloheinu v'damen im divarecha divar echad bidvarecha achor yashuv reikam ki amalch neman v'rachaman atah baruch atah Adonai ha'el haneman bechol divarav Rachem al Zion ki beit chayinu v'ladu bat nefesh toshia bimheira v'yameinu baruch ata Adonai misameach Zion b'vaneha samcheinu Adonai Eloheinu be'el hanavi avdecha uv'malchut b'David mishichecha bimheira yavo v'yagel libeinu al kiso lo yeshev zar ולא ינחלו עוד אחרים את כבודו, כי בשם קודשך נשבעת לו, שלא יכבנה רע לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן דוד.
Please rise.
278. Hallelujah Hashem Adonai, Ki nizgah Shemo levado, Odo al eretz v'shamayim, Vayorem ke'erem yamo, Gilalo Chazida, Lifnei Yisrael Ha'aravo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Uvnucho yom hashuvah. Hilek haktod nasat hilochem darsiyat hazolu. Eitz chayim hi lamachazikim ba v'som checha neusha derechecha darchei olam v'chol nesivaseh shalom hashiveni Adonai elech hashuvah Chadesh Chadesh Yomeinu Chadesh Yomeinu Tikeh
282 or 78.
Ashrei
Your hand.
Shebesecha Deluchosela.
You may be seated.
Dilas Adonai Yadaber Privi Voreko B'Sos Shem Chasholi Olam Le'ed V'anachnu Nevarach Yom Tov Yad Olam Hallelujah
286, or page 80.
Uvol Etzion Goel L'Shofar Fesh Rab Yaakov Numan Adonai V'Niz Moses $288, bottom. V'yiftachol v'choydei shemecha ki lo azatato shekel Adonai anachafetz matzeko yagdil Torah v'yadir.
290, please rise if you're able.
Yiskedal v'yiskeda shemei rabba. Amen. Yom Kippur Sevi Yom Mechmaka Sevi Chaychon Yom Echon Chaychon Beis Yisrael Agol B'Zman Korib Imru
Amen. Yeshmei Rabba.
Yishmei Rabba Vorach Yom Meomai Yisprav Yishmak Yisprav Say Zadavis Alebis Lal Shmei Kedusha
Recha.
Rechu Leilam Mikol B'Chos V'Shurasa Tishkos V'Nekamosa V'Meom Meomah V'Imru
Amen.
Yishlom Rabba Shemai Yishmei Rabba Shemai V'chaim Oleinu B'Alkol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Momav Hu Yaseh Shalom Oleinu B'Alkol Yisrael V'Imru Amen.
292.
Oleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon L'Akol L'Oseh Yishkedu Lo L'Yotzeh V'Reishis Shalom Ratzon V'Goyeh Haratzos V'Lo Solon V'Shbekos HaGolah Shalom Son Chalkeinu Kohen V'Gor Aleinu B'Chol Amonah V'Anachnu Kol Rivu Mishtachavim Modim Lifnei Melech Mochem Lochem HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'nehemah v'hoy Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz v'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shmo echad.
We commemorate the yahrzeits today for the 9th of Av, corresponding to Thursday, July 27th, of Charles Berman, Laurie Beth Fabricant, Arthur Finkin, Florence Isaacson, Martin Kaufman, Mildred Langholtz, Pauline Schoenfeld, Stanley Spieler, Jesse Taub. May their memories all be for a blessing. Monas Kaddish.
294.
294.
Yiskedal v'yiskedal shemei rabba v'yomah divrah kirusei v'yamlech ma'kusei v'chayei chon v'yomei chon u'v'chayei d'chol beis Yisrael v'agolo v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yeshmei rabba v'vorach v'olam v'yomei omaya Yisparak v'yishtabak v'yisparak v'yisramam v'yisnatzei V'yisadar, v'yisaleh, v'yisalal, Shemei d'Kedusha, Rechu, Le'ela, Min Kol, V'erchasa, V'shirasa, Dush B'chasa, V'nechemosa, Damiran, V'yalma, V'yimru, Amen. Yehesh, Rabba, Min Shemaya, V'chayim, Oleinu, V'yalko Yisrael, V'yimru, Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mamav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Oleinu v'Alkol Yisrael v'Yimru. Amen.
Okay. We don't do the prayer for the day or the next Kaddish. We do that at Mincha. The Rabbi will be now doing the keynote. Just a reminder, if I forget at the end, we will be back here for Mincha at 1:30. Please, please, please make every effort to attend. We really want to have a minyan.
All I'm passing is that we normally the keynote, we'll talk about what keynote are in a minute, are done after the touring. We wanted to make sure people needed to go, because they need to go to work or whatever, that we're not holding you up, and we had a meeting for a Kaddish. So So, there is a tradition to recite keynote, which are poems of lamentation, during the morning service on Tisha B'Av. There are literally dozens of keynote that have been composed over the centuries, most of them in the early and Middle Ages. There's a great selection in our Siddur. I've just picked out a couple that I think are suitable for group recitation because they have choruses that can easily be repeated, and also because I think they're representative of the kind of keynote, the kinds of these poems of lamentation that have been written. There's, again, dozens of others, and if you want further inspiration, feel free to use our book to do that. The first one is a poem that contrasts the experience of leaving Egypt, which is the greatest experience of exaltation that our people have ever had, with the experience of leaving Jerusalem, which is really the greatest disaster. So if you look on the first page, for example, it begins, "A flame shall burn within me when I raise on my heart my leaving Egypt, and I will awaken lamentations so that I shall remember my leaving Jerusalem." So the nice thing about this kinah is that it has two sort of mini choruses. If you look in the Hebrew at the third line, when we refer to leaving Egypt, Seiti mi Mitzrayim. And that is repeated at the third line of every stanza. The last line of every stanza, leaving Jerusalem, Seiti mi Yerushalayim. So what we're going to do is I'll chant for you the lines 1 and 2, and then join me for the chorus Seiti mi Mitzrayim. Then lines 4 and 5 I'll chant for you, and then you'll join with me in the chorus Seiti mi Yerushalayim. And we'll do that throughout the couple pages, the 3 pages of this kinah. Eish tukad bekirbi, bahaloti al levavi, Seiti mi Mitzrayim, v'kinot a'ira, laman azkira, Seiti mi Yerushalayim. Az yashir Moshe, shir lo yinashe, b'tseiti mi Mitzrayim, v'konen Yirmiyah, v'naha nehi nehaya, b'tseiti mi Yerushalayim, beiti hid konan, v'shachan he'anan, b'tseiti mi Mitzrayim, b'chamat al shachna, alai ka'anana, B'tseiti mi Yerushalayim. Next page. Galeyam hamu v'chamotav v'chachoma kamu b'tseiti mi Mitzrayim. Zidonim shatafu v'al roshi tzafu b'tseiti mi Yerushalayim. Dagan mishamayim b'tzurya zuv mayim b'tseiti mi Mitzrayim, la'ana v'tamrurim, umayim hamarim, b'tseiti mi Yerushalayim, hashkem v'ha'arev, svivot har chorev, b'tseiti mi Mitzrayim, karu elei, evel, al naharot bavel, b'tseiti mi Yerushalayim. Next page. Umareh kavod Adonai k'esh ochelet lefanai, b'tseiti mi Mitzrayim, v'cherev letusha, latevach netusha, b'tseiti mi Yerushalayim, zevach umincha, v'shemen hamishcha, b'tseiti mi Mitzrayim, sugula al lekucha, katzon letivcha, b'tseiti mi Yerushalayim, chagim v'shabbatot, umoftim v'otot, b'tseiti mi Mitzrayim, tanid v'avel, urdof v'hevel, b'tseiti mi Yerushalayim. On the 4th page is another kinah. Why do you hasten your anger? Echa atzta va'apecha, by Eleazar Kalir. Eleazar Kalir was the greatest of all the authors of liturgical poetry in the early Middle Ages. And this one, again, goes through, it's really addressed to God. Why have you done all these things to us? And it again kind of echoes the first speaker in chapter 3 of Lamentations we looked at last night. It's an expression, really, an outcry to God. God, you've done all this stuff to us. Why have you done this? We're pained, we're suffering, and you're just not paying attention. So this kina is an alphabetical acrostic in that. Every other verse. Every verse is keyed to a letter. The first one is olives, lots of olives. The second one, lots of bets, like Brit Ben HaBetarim. The third one, Gimels Ga'arta Baga'arach Echav Legalot. That was a classic kind of style with these medieval keynote. They did a lot of play around using the same sound and then doing acrostics also. So this one, again, has a chorus after every second line. Zechor Adonai Mehayalanu. Remember, Lord, what has occurred to us. So what I'm going to do, again, we'll do the first page first page. Let's do better to do this. I thought I had this. We'll do the first page up until the top of the second page in Hebrew, and I'll ask you to contribute the chorus, and then we'll switch to English, but still do the chorus in Hebrew. So it'll make sense as we go along. Echa atzat ba'apech al abed biyad adomim emunecha lo zacharta brit ben habetarim asher beirarta livchunecha ulachein bitinu Zechor Adonai mehayalanu Echa ga'alta bega'aratecha legalot biyad ge'im ge'ulecha lo zacharta dilugat dilug derech asher dalagta ligalecha uvachein divarnu Zechor Adonai mehayalanu Echa hagta behegyonecha lahadof biyad holalim hamonecha lo zacharta vi'ud vetek veset asher vi'adata liv udecha uvachein v'konenu Zechor Adonai mehayalanu Echa zanachta bezamecha lezalzel v'yad zarim zvulecha v'lo zacharta chitun chukei chorev asher chachakta lechamulecha uvachein chivinu Zechor Adonai mehayalanu. Let's do a few in English. Why do you take so much trouble to allow them to savage us like impure lambs? Yet you don't remember the precious friendship with those you set apart. Therefore we cry out, Zechor Adonai mehayalanu. Why have you this desire with your anger to allow the destruction of your vineyard by the hands of this ravenous nation? Yet you don't remember the lessons you taught for eternity about injustice of your sold ones. Therefore we babble, Zechor Adonai mehayalanu. Let's go back to the Hebrew to finish up the final ones. At least the final ones that I included here. I think I cut it off short, but Echa milalta ba'asecha limchot v'yad monim mina'asecha lo zacharta nisiat notzat nesher asher nasata linsuecha uvachein nahinu Zechor Adonai mehayalanu Echa shachta b'sa'arecha v'sager b'yad se'afim sahardecha lo zacharta oz adi adayim asher itarta la'avadecha uvachein aninu Zechor Adonai mehayalanu. The last one is really not a official kina. It's an excerpt from a contemporary poem, or it's not so contemporary anymore. It's about 100 years old. By Chaim Nachman Bialik on the slaughter. Bialik wrote this very famous poem about the pogroms in Russia, but it is representative of the kinds of tragedies in our history that we remember on Tisha B'Av. So I'll just read for you a few of the stanzas that we've included here. Heaven have mercy, if you hold a God, to whom there's a path that I haven't found. Pray for me. My heart has died. There is no prayer on my lips. My hope and strength are gone. How long? How much longer? Executioner, here's my neck. Slaughter, you've got the axe in the arm. The world to me is a butcher block. We whose numbers are small, it's open season on our blood. Crack a skull. Let the blood of infant and elder spurt on your chest. Let it remain there forever and ever. If there's justice, let it come now. But if it should come after I've been blotted out beneath the sky, let its throne be cast down. Let the heavens rot in evil everlasting. And you, with your cruelty, go in your iniquity and live and bathe in your blood. And cursed be he who cries out, revenge. Vengeance like this for the blood of a child, Satan has yet to devise. Yet the blood fill the abyss. Let it pierce the blackest depths and devour the darkness and eat away and reach the rotting foundations of the earth. So again, these are just some selections from a much bigger collection of poems and readings that exist. Some of them, like Bialik, are reflections of experiences that people had in their own time. Bialik witnessing the pogroms. Some of the medieval authors of some of the medieval keynote, people that witnessed the slaughters from the Crusades and other persecutions of the Jewish people. But it is, again, something that a memory that we preserve by reading these keynote every year. And again, there's many more of them, but this at least gives us a little bit of a taste of what we are trying to re-experience and remember on this Tisha B'Av. So hopefully as many of you as possible are able to come back at 1:30 for the Mincha service. Again, bring your Talmud and Tefillin, Torah reading, Haftorah, and that's really about all we're doing. That's all the special Tisha B'Av stuff that we're doing. So thank you for being here today.
Rabbi Yeshiko Dennis, thanks everyone for coming. And again, as the rabbi said, and I said, please try to come 1:30. We'll also be here tonight at 8 p.m. for Ma'ariv. And just one note on the first keynote here, if you didn't notice, I think we mentioned it last time, the translation, the person who's credited, is a former Chazan Sheni of us on the high holidays.
That's the reason why I included it.
And Michael, help me with the Torah before I forget. And again, thank you all. And please be.